We had no money.
No money.
Sometimes when I growing up, Skip, we just couldn't go when they put the stuff out. We had to wait for the sale. But everything is already picked over. So the buyout market means the buyout market. Everybody done picked over everything. Done made the trades they wanted.
I don't think the buyout market will change your life.
There was not a trade out there that was going to change the Lakers' life. And here's the thing: they spent all their draft capital on the last two trades they made, getting Anthony Davis, getting Russell Westbrook. So they were handicapped. They handicapped themselves by doing this. Now, obviously, the AD situation, we get that. We got a championship out of AD, but the Russ situation did not go as well as planned. And you hear coming sources of saying that Lakers staff and said, you know what? We didn't think it would be this bad. We thought it would turn out better than what it has with Russell Westbrook. And clearly, that hasn't been the case. But, Skip, when you don't have anything, I'm glad they just didn't give away that first-round pick in 2027 and Russ for John Wall. I'm good with that, Skip. Nothing was going to change our future. We're going to be in the play-in. I think we're in the ninth spot. We're 5 games clear. You move up a spot here or there, you're going to be in the play-in. That's why I don't see them getting up to the 6th spot, avoiding the play-in. I don't see that, Skip. They're going to be in the play-in and you know, probably going to have to face the Warriors or the Phoenix Suns in the first round. Who knows? Might even be Memphis in the first round.
You got them winning the play-in?
Yeah, I got to win and play in. Yeah, we're going to beat the brakes on somebody to play in.
Really?
I don't know how much. But at the end of the day, Skip, I think the summer is the best chance to get off Russ and an expiring contract. You'll be able to move him. But everybody knows you. So, Skip, in a situation like this, people are going to try and fleece you. They know you want to make a move. And so I'm going to try to fleece you. Hey, you need me as a ride? Hey, back in the day, Skip, you know, hey, I need to go to town. Where your car? My car's not working. I'm going to charge you a little extra because I know you need me. So what I normally charge $5 since you really need me, I'm going to charge you $10. So that's what the Lakers were up against. They don't want John Wall. They don't want Russ. But if we can extrapolate an extra first-round pick out of the situation, we gladly take him off your hands. Lakers said, nah, we done made too many bad decisions over the last year and a half. We good. We going to sit tight. Talk Russ to come in and off the bench. Russ needs to understand. Russ wants to play like Russ with AD and LeBron on the court. Can't. Come off of the second unit, then you can be Russ, like we saw in Charlotte. He can be Russ, get with the second unit. LeBron and AD come back, boom, everybody happy. That's how we're going to have to do it moving forward.
You think he will literally sit still on the bench for coming off the bench?
Ain't got no choice.
Really?
Ain't got no choice. What are the options?
He could go James Harden on you and just sort of quit his way out of town.
Well, hell, he ain't giving us. He seems like he quitting right now with all those turnovers and what he been giving us. You sure he hadn't done that already? Oh, he been playing hard all the time. Damn, who knew?
Plays hard on offense.
yeah. That's why he turned the ball over 100 times a game.
Solo act of a stat machine. I told you from the start. I said it the first week of the season. He should come off the bench with the shock
You did.
He should be Ginobili because he could be a great Ginobili at this stage in this age of his career.
Yes.
What it felt like yesterday was that the front office was resigned to what you are and what you're not.
Yes.
It felt like they're giving up the way it felt like LeBron gave up after the Milwaukee game and after the loss at Portland, because all of his post-game remarks were concession speech kind of remarks. I'm tired as hell. I just want some wine and I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
That's I can't do this anymore because we got no shot. And I think that even though it was a small sample size, that the game at Portland sent shockwaves up through the front office because they thought, if LeBron and AD can't beat that team by themselves with no Russ for the first time in 55 games, well then, why should we give up our 2027 first rounder to get rid of him?
Right.
Because that's what you're doing. You're swapping. You're just doing addition by subtraction.
I'm paying you more money to take something off my hand.
That's what you're doing. I'm giving you a 2027. We're only 20. That's 5 years from now.
5 years from now.
Because you've given up all the rest of it, right?
Right, correct.
Well, if you gave up that, which I would have done, because I just think it's addition by subtraction, just to clear the decks of Russ, because he's just going to be an ongoing problem that will haunt your whole team. The fog that LeBron talked about after the Portland game, it's really emanating from number 0, who has 0 rings.
Right.
It starts and finishes with him.
Right.
But the front office said, we're going to get rid of him for what? Because we got rid of him by accident, you know.
By benching him,
right?
and you know, his back tightening up.
Right, his back tightened up. And it did us no good because we lost to Portland.
Right.
What?
And you look at it, Skip, they say, you know what we are? We're a 7 through 9 seed. That's what we are.
They just said, okay, that's it.
And so we're gonna ride this thing out for the rest of the year, get into the play-in tournament, win that game. Well, you got to win 2 games because you got to win 2 games before you get to the real.
That is correct.
You get to the real tourney.
That is correct. I'm going to read you one line out of The Athletics report yesterday just to drive home this point. It says, the Lakers traded for Russell Westbrook because LeBron James recruited him and paved the way for a deal. Rob Pelinka, the GM, obviously, Rob Pelinka had a better trade ready with the Kings. But what was he to do? Say no to LeBron?
Right.
Well, obviously, no. He was not going to say no. LeBron wanted Russ, and I believe he wanted him for 2 reasons. Because he wanted to show the NBA world, I can do it with him when KD couldn't, and obviously James couldn't, and you can go back to Paul George and Kawhi, and nobody wants any part of Russ. LeBron's like, I'll show you. And I think he's now resigned to the fact, just give him a glass of wine and let him go to bed because it's just impossible to overcome it.
Well, if that was the case that LeBron recruited him, that means LeBron said, nah, we're going to hold tight with him then.
Could be. His pride's on the line.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. But, Skip, I think the thing is, look, Russ is what he is. But he tried to do what he normally does with 2 other superstars because he's never had to play with 2 guys that are better than him. He's always been either one. OKC, once KD left, he was clearly the number 1. Yep. He was number 1, 1A, 2, 2A. Okay, he goes to Houston, and he blends in because he and James Harden's going to take all the shots.
That's true.
He goes to D.C. He and Bradley Beal's going to take all the shots. So he can be what he – now you third. Ain't no – Skip, there's rarely an occasion that you're going to have a third guy get 20, 25 shots, especially if Russ is on the team because the turnovers are going to be too high.
That is correct. So finally, LeBron James, going into this year, LeBron, basketball genius, highest IQ, I believe, in the game, he saw his way clear that, hey, if I try Russ and it doesn't work out, that I'm the GOAT, and I often need a scapegoat if it doesn't work in the bitter end. Well, he was thinking about if it didn't work with Russ in the Western Conference Finals.
Right.
Not this way. This is disaster.
Yeah, you can't even win in the regular season.
That's what I'm saying. It's so bad that LeBron's like, what was I thinking?
Yeah,
you know, like this is a disaster now where you're going to have to play in.
Right.
You're not thinking of the Western Conference Finals. You're thinking of, can we even get in the tournament?
Yeah, Skip, it's like you go from recruiting Dame to all of a sudden, it's like I got Wagyu. I got a choice. Wagyu. It's like, sir, Mr. Sharpe, we're out of Wagyu. Okay, well, give me Vienna sausage. What the heck? Whoa, Skip, I go from Wagyu to Vienna. That's Russ. Russ is so far from what Dame is. Now, granted, Dame is hurt right now, but I still would take him. If I could trade Dame and no Dame.
For Russ?
Yeah.
Oh, who wouldn't do that?
And a couple other pieces, too.
Yeah, I thought it was Vienna sausage.
Vienna. Well, that's not Wagyu. That's not Kobe 85. That's not what it is. But look, Russ needs to accept what he is and what he isn't.
Agreed.
And we're the last to see it, though, Skip. You think Russ thinks he's different?
No, he's as delusional as they come.
Kind of in his own world lately.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.